Hey guys, today I decided I wanted to show you guys my art, so that's why I'm gonna be doing an art tour. Most of them are from my painting class. I don't have all of them because some of them are just too bad that I don't know where I put them. I know I didn't throw them away because I never throw away my art. I also have Snorlax right here to accompany me. I'll go from the biggest painting. I have this. You have seen it before. I'm very proud of this piece. I think the colors are a little off now that I look at it, but that's also how I see every painting that I've done. It's like, I like it, but then a week later I'm like, why did I paint it that color? This was my first palette knife painting. I did an underpainting with brown on this one, and that made it feel like really nostalgic and made it look like an old film photo, but I covered it all up. So one day I want to try doing that again, but just keep using brown for the whole process. I chose this like pink and blue color palette. This painting I made in honor of my grandfather. This is somewhere in North Korea called Taedonggang or Taedong River, and I was imagining this is what it must have been like for him to grow up there. Obviously these buildings probably weren't there at the time, so I added these to show modernization. Yeah, that's all I have to say about this one. What was the prompt for this one? I don't remember. Oh, it was art style painting. I did this in the style of Claude Monet because he's like one of my favorite artists ever. I know, very basic. So this is somewhere in Jeju-do. This is an island in Korea, and I just wanted to paint it because if you know Monet's art, he paints nature, and I felt like this was great for that. It shows modernization again with the buildings in the back that I can barely see, but I like the aspect of it. I really like how the sky turned out on this one. I made it a lot lighter and it looks a lot better than the one I did before. I think that's a good trick when you're painting skies like this, to make it really light, because this was like almost white when I was like mixing the paint, and it turns a little darker over time when it dries. I really like this waterfall, and the rocks, I again used a palette knife, especially you can see that on the trees, bushes, whatever these are. I like the different variations of green and the texture that this painting has. Next up is my painting series. There's 3 of them. The first one is this one. It's supposed to be a sunrise, and how many times am I gonna say palette knife? I used palette knives for all 3 of these, I think. Actually, I didn't use it for this one, but I used it on the rocks over here to give it like a texture, make it pop out more and give it more contrast from the background. I just have the sun, and I love the reflection that it has onto the water. To make it all blend in together, I did like an orange wash over here. The reason that I chose to do this was that this series, we could basically choose anything that we wanted to do. And I was like, of course I'm going to choose nature again, because whenever I paint that, it turns out nice. I do want to try like different stuff. As I've said before, portraits or surrealism or like paintings that use different types of medias, if that makes any sense. Because my friend who sits at my table was doing one of those, and it looked so cool. She ripped out a paper from the magazine and then put it on a canvas, and I was like, wow, that looks so cool. I want to try doing that someday. But my prompt for this series was basically nostalgia and places I've traveled to, past travels. I haven't traveled that much in my life, but one of my, if not the most memorable travels in my life, was when I went to South Korea about 4 years ago now. And all of these are inspired from my travels. They're not completely the same, because this one was taken during daytime and it was cloudy, but I wanted to show them during different times of the day. So this one's morning, this one's daytime, and then this one is nighttime, because I was like, I have to put my own twist onto these pictures. I don't want to just paint the picture as it is. So that's what I did to make it different. The boat wasn't here either. I added it because I thought it would make it look better. I love how it turned out. Next up from the series is the daytime one. This is a heart bridge that I saw when I went to Korea. It is so pretty. I really want to go there again, but here's how it turned out. For this one, I was really struggling with the reflection on the water, so I asked my teacher for help, and she's so great at helping, so that's how I did this. I was trying to go for like, again, a Monet type of style here, trying to discover my inner Monet. As you can see in his paintings, he does like very, what do you call it?
One eternity later.
He dabs the paint on, but if you also see other parts, it's like not everything is blended together, so you can see what's going on. There's like different paints dabbed on together, but when it's to skin now, he doesn't do that. And for this one, I wanted to dab on the paint with different values and colors, but that was just not working. For reflections, you have to keep everything horizontal and blend it all together. Obviously, you don't have to do it that way if you have a different art style, or you can just find a different way to do it. I never really finished this, but it's good enough. This is also from Jeju, as the one from the morning time was. I just feel like there was amazing scenery there. On this one, I love the sand texture. I added some additives to the paint and it gave this like sandy texture, which I love. And I have the waves, this building thingy. I don't even know what that is. I didn't go inside of it. I just saw it and it was in the picture and I wanted to add it because without it, I felt like it would be too boring. I'm guessing it was like a restaurant or something. And then I have my clouds and the moon. I added this and I feel like it did a lot for the painting. Yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, let me tell you guys, I'm so proud of this series painting because my teacher told me it was good. Growing up, I was a semi-artistic kid. Let's just say I was good at copying. Remember we did like ceramics type of things in elementary, and I saw an example in the book and then I copied it and made it, and my teacher was like, wow, that's what happened. And then I have practiced a lot. That's how I got to this point, but I'm still not very good. Art's not something I think that comes naturally to me. Just a little bit. Comes naturally just a little bit. I used to do a lot of digital art in my middle school phase. It was like during 2020 to 2021, I was like doing a bunch of digital art on my mom's old iPad. That's the story for another time. This is from the first semester of advanced painting. Those ones that I just showed you, they were all from the second semester, which is where I think I had my great awakening. Now I sound like some historian. That's not what I meant to say, but that's when my paintings actually began to look good. Because this is okay, but what is that? I was trying to do like fall trees, and this just looks like someone painted a highlighter on it or something. But I like this one because it was my first time doing like architecture type of stuff. Modern architecture. That's not what it was called, but I don't remember what it was called. I like this one because my mom said it looked good, because it was like one of the first things that I painted that looked decent, so she was like, wow. This was, I think, the first one I used gouache on, so that was fun. And I also used paint pens on this. Next up is this one. This is also from the first semester. It was our final. And I like how it turned out. Now looking at it, it looks a little wonky, but I still do like it. I like the background color, the vignette, and then she's just really pretty. This is Hoyeon Jung. You probably recognize her from Squid Game, where she acts as Haebyuk. I like the blush type of color there is to the cheeks, and this project I really liked how we learned how to blend skin tones, and that was really fun. I also like the little strands of hair. After doing this, I really want to try portrait painting again. I want to like try painting myself. Out of the ones from the first semester, this one is my favorite. I have this one. It's from the second semester, but it wasn't really a project. We were playing around with spray paint for the first time. It was just like for a single day, for a break away from our series. Spray paint is actually so fun. I want to try doing it again, but I can't buy them because you need to be 18 to buy them. And I also don't even have any money, so even if I was 18 right now, then I wouldn't be able to buy it. Yeah, there's that. And then this one is actually from painting 1 and 2. I think it was semester 2. But I like this one. First, we did like this pour painting. We just poured the paints with our leftover paints because no one likes to waste, and we had to use our paints that we haven't used so far in the year. I painted this dragon on top of it because I think it was the time around Lunar New Year's. So I was inspired by that, even though I've never celebrated it before. I don't think it's a very Korean thing. Is it? I don't even know. Maybe I'm just uncultured, but I do think that the whole concept is pretty cool. I just like dragons. I think they're cool. So I have like these traditional East Asian looking clouds up there, and then this dragon. And then this is also from my freshman year. It's my food painting. I think the taiyaki ice cream actually turned out pretty good. I love how the strawberries turned out, but this background color is not doing it for me. Okay, I do have a reason that I chose this background color. This was also from my memory around the end of the year, and I didn't have any white paint to use, and in fact no one did because we had a limit. So That's why there's like this awkward blue color that doesn't fit the ice cream. I want to try painting food again too. It was so fun. There's some Pocky over there, or Pepero. And then this one's matcha flavored with some sprinkles, strawberries, and this... What are these called again? I can't remember anything. This is the last one I will be showing you guys. I think I showed you most of the ones I did during the second semester of my advanced painting year, so which was last year. And I showed you a few from the first semester. I barely showed you anything from my freshman year because most of the stuff I made back then was not that good. I have these things, which we made after we came back from winter break. And I chose this green color, which I really like this color. And I have this apple. Doing the shading on this type of simple objects is very fun to do. And then I have this. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that this is my profile picture. It's from the webtoon After School Lessons for Unripe Apples. I really love that webtoon. It's very fun and wholesome. I want to make a video about webtoon recommendations. If you are interested in that, then maybe let me know. If not, I don't care. Why do I sound so mean? But I do recommend this webtoon. It's very good. Amazing art too. For this project, we had to use different color schemes. The ones for this one is complementary colors. Green and red are on opposite sides of the color wheel, so they contrast each other. And monochromatic colors for this one, which is basically the same color but in different shades. So this is all green and lighter green, darker green. This one I used analogous colors. I don't even know what's going on here. I drew snitch and... You can tell how much I did not care about that project by the way I said snitch. I meant to say stitch. And Darwin? That's not Darwin, that's Gumball. Darwin's the orange one. But analogous colors are colors that are close to each other on the color wheel. They're not too bad, I guess. So, as you would know, I am very professional, and that is why I forgot to film the outro. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for all the support. Oh yeah, we also hit 100 subs recently, so thank you for that. I'm very grateful for that. And thank you for watching this video as well. I also want to know what your favorite painting was, because that tends to differ whenever I ask someone. I just think that's interesting to see, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.